Alright. Hey, what up, internet people? Whoever, whatever. Uh, Videos and stuff ain't really my thing. It ain't really something I do. I don't really go on, like, Facebook Live or YouTube that often. I don't really try to do too much stuff and make myself go out there on the internet because it makes me really sit down and think and, like, reflect about myself more than I'd like to. A lot more than I'd like to. But, I don't know. It's been weighing on me for a while now, all this stuff that's been happening. For everybody that doesn't know, I'm a rather political person myself. I get into heated debates, I get into arguments, I post things all the time when it comes to things that I feel are really messed up or things I feel are just not right on a very visceral level. Like, if I'm sitting here as one of the calmest people that I've ever met, and people will say the same thing, if I'm here and, like, at the very basis of my person, I'm just confounded, conflicted in so many other words like that, that I had to say, I had to get up and say something about it. Now, the thing I'm talking about right now is the whole, well, I'm talking about the two people that just were killed by the police. Someone who was actually pretty close to my family, really close family friends. Cousin was the one that was killed, and it had me thinking, just when am I gonna, like? When I found that out, I couldn't process it. I couldn't, in my mind, my heart, my body, and my soul, I could not figure out what was going on, because my heart automatically said, be angry, be upset, fight back. But that's exactly what goes on in these kinds of situations. People get mad, people get upset, they just start screaming at each other, then two parties walk away, then nothing changes. Nothing changes when it comes to that. And there's no point in that. My brain was telling me to think rationally, think calmly. It wasn't someone super close to you, it was just someone close to, well, your mom. So don't get too upset. But it also said, understand that this is still very close to you. So realize the danger. Because the man was pulled over, and they saw that he was able to carry a gun legally. Everything that he did was legal that he was supposed to do, except for a busted taillight. And because of a busted taillight, he had to die in front of his daughter and his girlfriend because someone got scared and jumpy because a black guy with a gun was right in front of him. Now, I'm a black man myself. It's pretty damn obvious. I want to be a gun owner. I want to have my own weapon just in case something does ever happen. I can protect myself and I can protect my family. But sitting here thinking about it, it's like, I feel like that's going to put me in more danger than it would actually do anything. And as of right now, the Second Amendment says I have every single right to own a gun. To, if I want to, protect myself with deadly force if I feel like someone's going to come at me in the same way. Now, a police officer has every single right just like me. They have every right to believe that if their life is in danger, they should be able to fire. They should be able to protect themselves so that way they can get home safe to their family. But trying to get home safe to your family is a lot different from killing someone who didn't do anything. He followed every bit of rule and reason that you gave him. Everything that his parents taught him, he followed. Listen to the officer. Do exactly what it says. Don't move fast. Don't move in any way that he doesn't tell you to, or she, whoever the officer may be. Follow everything to the T. And he did. And he was still killed for it. I don't understand it. There's no other way to put it, but I don't understand it. And sitting there thinking about it for, I don't know, the 4 days that it's been since this has happened, 4 or 5 days, I don't feel like I'm any closer to believing that something could have been done, or something was done that was right. From the evidence that we have, he did everything that he should have. He did everything, but he still died. Now, there's plenty of people out there, like the second man that died less than 24 hours before him. He was selling CDs illegally. He had a long rap sheet about things that he's done in the past. A lot of people on the internet are bringing up the fact that he's a pedophile because he had sex with a 14-year-old when he was 20. I wouldn't call him a pedophile, but I wouldn't exactly call him a good person either. But I don't know the man. All I know is the information I've been given. And I'm not going to allow that to completely sway my opinion on this. Now, because of what he did, if he did resist arrest, if he did run, if he did all these things that they say that he did, I can understand the cops using force and wanting to fight back, and to make him comply because he doesn't seem like he wanted to comply. That's all within me understanding it. But sitting there and tasering him, that's the first part that we all know. The man got stopped, cops pulled the tasers and both shot him, and then continue to escalate more and more and more because he apparently had a gun. I don't think the cop ever actually saw, either of the cops ever saw the actual gun that he had. I don't know. It hasn't made it really apparent. I don't think it's ever going to be made apparent. So I don't think a cop is going to say, well, yeah, I didn't see the gun, but after I shot him, I realized he had a gun, so I was right. Because that's exactly what the situation is sounding like. They're assuming that because of what he did, that he was at fault and guilty enough to be killed, to be executed on the spot. Now, no, that's not right. Now, all the past crimes he's committed, all the things he's done wrong, I will say right now, if I ever felt like there was a pedophile coming after my child or someone that I knew, I'd feel every bit of wanting to kill him. And I feel like he would deserve it. But these police officers, to the best of my knowledge, showed up because of an anonymous tip saying that a guy just flashed a gun at them. And they didn't know who the man was. They didn't assume to know anything. They just saw a big black dude that was supposedly carrying a gun and waving it around at people. And they took it upon themselves to kill that man. When, again, I don't know if they saw the gun, but from where they say the gun was, when they tackled him and they put him down, he couldn't have reached it. Because of that, they said that he had a gun. They shot him 2 times, waited a couple seconds, and shot another 3 times, 3 or 4 times, I'm not quite sure. Because they assumed he had a gun. And now, after the fact, people are justifying his death because of his past crimes that he went to jail for, that he's been convicted for, that he served his time for, which is the American way, which is the way that we all think is right. If you commit a crime, you go to jail. And then once you get out, you are back a part of society. You've been told you've wasted your time with these crimes, so we're going to waste even more of your time, is what jail is. The man that I'm talking about was killed. I'm trying to remember his name. It's going to come to me later on, but that's the point. He was killed for past crimes that he already paid for, is what people are saying now. He paid for it in his time and his life. And then they had to end his life to put it on top, just the cherry on top. I have no idea why anyone would think that that's an appropriate thing to say. That a man who has served his time, that has done so many things that are supposedly horrible, and now the only thing he's doing is selling CDs without a license, is a bad thing. Having a gun, which, yeah, he shouldn't have had. No, he shouldn't have had that, but in the situation that he was in, if he was able to use that gun, I feel like his life might have been saved. From 2 crooked cops who felt to take it upon themselves to decide that this man is guilty. They became judge, jury, and executioner. There's no reason for that. We have a system because we know that one person does not decide the fate of another. It's a consensus. We all have to agree upon these things. It's not just, oh, I have a gun, so therefore I have the power to take someone's life. No, you should understand how important that gun is and how much a life will cost you. And I don't mean just in the sense of taking away your time, taking away your own life, but just how much that gun will cost you and so much more. To understand that if you were to kill someone and get away with it and have to live with that for the rest of your life, if you are a good person, if you have any kind of compassion, that is something I cannot personally imagine. I don't want to ever have to take someone else's life. But I know I'd much rather have to take a life and live with it than to have to sit here and think, if I would have done something different, my son, my daughter, my wife, my husband, whomever would still be alive. I can't fathom it. Now, he isn't the best person to talk about. This isn't a poster child that we should all start putting up here, because no matter what, all these angry-ass white people, and yes, it is angry white people talking about this. Not all white people are angry and saying that this man is a pedophile and that he's done 100% wrong and he should have been killed any damn way. No, but the people who are saying it are angry-ass white people. And they need to understand, you are the problem. It's not police. The police themselves are, for the most part, good. It is the angry-ass white people and the angry white people that become cops that are the problem. The people who have an inherent racism in them. It's not something that they don't normally, there's not that many people out here actively saying, I'm going to go kill me a nigger today. That time has long since gone. Sounds like it's coming back, but it's not. But yeah, that time is long since gone. Now, what we can do about what's going on now is basically the same thing. We can do what we did back then. Understand that we are humans. Understand that we are people that fuck up, people that do things wrong, people that do things right. We are people. We aren't just black people. Because as it is, the term black person automatically carries a bad rep. You automatically come out of the womb with a mark on you. You've already used up one of your 3 strikes because you are black. Now, being a black male, you've used up 2 of your strikes. And that puts you in a situation where if you mess up just once, your life can be gone. Just gone. And it could be something minor. You could just have a little bit of pot on you, a little bit of weed, smoking a little weed. And because a cop feels like you are going to do something dangerous because you're a black male, there's your 2 strikes for you right there. He's going to give you a 3rd strike and you're out of this world. Where's the justice in that? For some minor things, people die. And there are plenty of people who I don't want to say glorify, but we bring up a lot, who've done wrong, who would constantly do wrong, but they died. No, they were murdered in the wrong way. If they were to be killed, they should be executed by the state, because that is a consensus of people. It isn't one person's decision to say, I'm going to end you. It is people saying you do not deserve to be in this world. And I'd much rather have the people tell me what's going to happen instead of the person, because it seems like very likely that person isn't going to have a very fond view of me. I've been pulled over by cops just because of something stupid. I was walking down the streets, and I was 3 feet out of the crosswalk. 3 feet out of the crosswalk, meaning just 2 steps, I'm right back in the crosswalk. A cop stops me and starts berating me about how dangerous that is and how I can lose just unnecessary amount of stress on the fact that I did something that could potentially be illegal. Something that really didn't actually put my life in that much danger, because I was still far away from any cars. Didn't put anyone else's life in danger, because hitting a person isn't only going to kill someone else, if they're in the car at least. But still felt like he had to stress it to me. Now, this has been something that's going on my entire life. I've just really been realizing it now. And I'm not talking about the cops pulling me over, because that's pretty much my only story that I have with cops. I don't really do too much shit otherwise. But I'm talking about being being lectured and stressed for something that is all too common. And that's from my own personal experience. It's something that I'm assuming every black person has to deal with. Just like every black person has to deal with the fact that someone's going to think of them as lesser just for being alive. That's the main cause of what's going on now, and that's what needs to get worked on. And I'm making this video now because I want to say it's therapeutic right now. It helps me vocalize and bring out that there is so much just confusion around things that doesn't warrant it. There's so much confusion around my nappy hair, around my big nose, around my big lips, around my dark skin, that none of it warrants that. My dark skin is because of a genetic lottery that I won, or in this case lost, depending on who you ask. Because of my dark skin, big nose, which really isn't all that damn big if you really think about it, big lips, which are damn good to kiss, and I'm very proud about that, and my nappy hair, which I am so proud of. I will always have my roots, and I can't stand it ever thinking about getting rid of it. Because of all of that combined, someone assumes I've already done something wrong, or done something wrong enough for my life to be ended. Where else will you find something like that? Because all I can think of right now would be criminals. Being black is damn near like being born criminal with a mental disease. And that mental disease is if you believe you being black is a good thing. And it's something you should be proud of. And that's where all that's where the Black Lives Matter movement comes in. A lot of people always seem to want to say that the Black Lives Matter movement is divisive in itself. That it's pointing out that black people are more important than white people. That our lives matter more than white people's lives. That we're basically conflating us being up here and you guys are down here. But in all reality, it's switched, and you're saying that you want to switch it like that. That's what people are actually thinking when they hear Black Lives Matter and think, oh, that's not right. They're thinking, oh, we're up here, those black folks are down here, and they want to switch it like that. So that way black people are up here while white people are down here. I don't want to be down there. I don't want to be forced to do all the things that black people have to do, all the fucked up shit that they go through. That doesn't sound like anything I want. So no, all lives matter. That all lives matter bullshit let me see if I can remember what I read recently that I thought struck a huge chord. And it's a perfect metaphor to explain why all lives matter is racism in itself. There's 2 things I remember. I remember seeing a tweet saying that when people say Black Lives Matter, I have a photographic representation of what all lives matter means. And it was a picture of a young black girl crying. It looks as if she was trying to speak. And then there's a white hand covering her mouth. You're invalidating what we actually stand for when you say all lives matter. What we are saying is our house is burning because someone for years has been trying to light it up, trying to set it on fire because they don't like us, they fear us, and they want to have a scapegoat. Our house is burning, and when the fire department gets there, you stop them from coming to our house so that way they can look at something that's going on the other block. Nowhere in hell does that make sense. You're telling me that the house that is actually on fire is less important than something that's over there that might be getting smoke damage. Or, actually, smoke damage is actually a really good way to put it, because that's the blackness spreading around. That's just, I can't even try to figure out the metaphor that I want to use. It was something along the lines of, if you're at dinner one day with a group of family or friends or whatever you want to put it, and you all order something. Then the time that the food comes up, everyone has their food but you, and they say, and you ask, where's my food? And the person next to you is like, hey, whoa, calm that down. Did you think your food's more important than mine? No. Then why are you trying to make it seem like you've done something wrong? I just want to get my food. I sat here and paid for it. I've paid my dues. I've waited patiently. And yet, still, I don't have my food. So where's the problem? Well, your food's not more important than my food. I have to eat too. You didn't answer my question. My question is, where's the problem wanting to be equal to you and have food as well? There's never an answer to that. No matter who you ask, no matter how they bring it up, you will never get an answer to that question. Why is it so bad that the Black Lives Matter movement, which is based off of wanting to get equal with everyone else, is a bad movement, and why it shouldn't be? Adjust myself a little bit. Where is the fault in that? All you're going to hear is crickets. Or they're going to go ahead and try to change it around and say, that's not the problem. The problem is how they operate. Who operates? The Black Lives Matter movement? Because they've never done anything that really harmed anyone. They protested like they should. They did disruptive protests, which is supposed to interrupt your life and make you think about all the shit that goes on with us. It's supposed to stop you and make you think. You're complaining about sitting here on some highway because there's people blocking traffic, but you aren't hearing what we are saying. You aren't hearing why we are blocking traffic, why we are causing you your discomfort and your stop. That is because our lives are being lost. So you having to wait 10 minutes to get to where you need to be, you're going to be 10 minutes late? Whoop-de-fucking-do. We have cousins, we have brothers, we have uncles, we have fathers, we have sons, we have mothers, daughters, grandmothers, aunts dying in these streets for nothing. They've done nothing wrong. But they're being killed systematically. And yes, I mean systematically, because it's not just a single rogue cop who's done something wrong. As we can see in these two cases that started this video for me. If that was true, within 24 hours, those two things happening would be a huge coincidence. Now, go back a little bit more time, I'm guessing within the last month, there's another person that was killed. I'm pretty sure if I looked up the information right now, I can bring it up and find it damn quickly. Go back a little bit farther. You're still going to find people. There's already been 163 people killed as of this video. Black people killed by the police. Just within this year. It's July. So 163 within 7 months. That's what? Almost a person a day? And most of those people, if I remember right, were unarmed. Meaning they posed no immediate threat to the cop. But they all still died. So where was that threat that made them feel like their life was going to be put in danger? It was in the color of our skin. Because it is inherently bad. It is inherently wrong. It is your automatic, you've done something you shouldn't do ticket. And that's all the Black Lives Matter movement is trying to do. It's trying to tell you, I did not come into this world with a rap sheet. I did not come into this world as a criminal. I did not come into this world as a lesser being than the rest of the world. I was on equal footing. Understand that. And stop trying to push me underneath you. That's all it is. That's all it's ever been. So if you ever have a problem with the Black Lives Matter movement, go talk to them. Go directly to them and say, hey, I feel like this is what you guys are doing wrong. Because I care enough about people's lives too, and I want them to live, seeing as all lives matter. Right? Every life matters on this planet, so why is it that Black lives don't matter too? A lot of people can't answer that. And I challenge two very specific people, because I'm going to put this on my Facebook. I challenge those two specific people to give me the reason why the All Lives Matter thing is a good answer to Black Lives Matter. And you know who the hell you are, and I hope you watch this video. Because where is it so wrong that people's lives are disrupted when people's lives are being lost? I feel like you're trying to make it seem like your life is more important, that your life matters more than the people who have died. It seems like you're really trying to push it that way. And you can be selfish as fuck if you want. That's fine. But guess what? Keep that to your damn self. Because as we saw with the Dallas shooting, of those five officers, around that many, there are some people out here who have a very, very big problem with things like that. And I will send my condolences to those officers, even though I don't have too much sympathy. I feel bad for their families. I feel bad for them losing their lives over something as trivial as skin color. Because I know what that feels like. I have enough sympathy as a human being to understand that was wrong, but I also have to think about all the people that have died, all of my people that have died, in a fashion similar to that, if not worse. And I would remind you to think about about 400 years before the Civil Rights Movement ended racism. I really want you to think about that before you comment and say, well, those police lives just matter as much as anyone else. Yes, they do. But seeing as you marginalize our lives being lost, I don't really see where my fault is doing the same. Now, this video is getting real long. I'm going to probably have to edit out a lot of it, but I want to end on a more positive, look towards the future note. With all the shit that's been going down and all the problems that we've been having in the world, especially in America, not just with the Black Lives Matter, not just with police brutality, but with poverty, with elitism, classism, I think those words are interchangeable, whatever. With all the things that have been going wrong with the world lately, things have gotten a lot better than they were. Now, I'm not saying that it's anywhere near as good as it should be, but we're moving in the right direction. And that's because of compassionate people, all colors compassionate people, understanding the plight of someone else. Understanding how it feels, or at least sympathizing with how it feels to lose somebody over something trivial. And for years now, those people have been working with everyone that they feel like they need help to get them help. And God bless those people. God bless them, because every marginalized citizen that has ever been pushed down, beat down, or told you are not worth it, that your life doesn't matter, those people have been standing there pushing them forward. And we need more people like that. We need more of those people who are on the fence about how they feel about all this. Like, you understand that it's wrong, but you don't want to get active. Get active. Even if it's just small things. Even if it's just you hear someone make an off-color joke that seems out of, like, bad taste. And normally you wouldn't even laugh about it, you just ignore it. Just say something. Say, dude, that's really messed up. I don't really think that's funny. And you can just leave it at that. You can just walk away afterwards. Just those small little things to make people think about it.
So that way people everywhere, Asian, Latin American, Native American, black, white, whatever you are, can all stand equally. Because in this land that we live in, this America that we created, because this wasn't something that people just automatically gathered to. No, people actively worked to create this place. People are actively working to tear it apart. So we have to get up, just like our ancestors did, work just as hard as them. And yes, black folks, work damn near like slaves. So that way, we never have to get to that point again. And white people, you too. White people, you're going to have to work like hell. Because that 10%, that racist 10%, they're the loudest, most influential motherfuckers there is. We got all the corrupt politicians. We got all the people who hold the corrupt politicians in their hands. We got all the Fox News. Everybody on fucking Fox News. All of them. Just all of them. I know that's a blanket statement, and that shouldn't come out of my mouth when I'm trying to say we shouldn't make blanket statements. But Fox News, I can't fucking find one redeeming thing. And I watch it. I watch it on the regular. I just can't find one redeeming motherfucker on there. Now, there are plenty of times they try to say something nice, and it just end up being dicks. So, some of them have their hearts in the right place. But their mouths won't let them say it right. But anyway, we need people to work hard and bring back brotherhood, bring back unity, bring back essentially what happened right after the Civil Rights Movement. We need to bring all that back to push forward into the world where I think all of us would want to live in. Not just those last 10%. So with that, that's my piece on all this, and I hope you guys, I hope you let it actually affect you in the most positive way you can. Thanks.